No additional comments, thanks.
Mr. Sarka.
All right, so I'm gonna end on a good note, kind of an upbeat note. I had a friend recently who was in, oh, thank you. I think it was at Black Rocks, and this isn't an ad for Black Rocks, just where it happened. And he was listening to a conversation people were having about the name change, and the one of the things he overheard was somebody say, you know, why does Glenn Sarka care so much about this? He's going to be dead soon anyways. And when you hear something like that, and it certainly hit my friend hard, it's kind of a gut punch. But I'd like to think of it as kind of an opportunity, because it's a legitimate question to ask, why does a board member care so much about something? I think what it misses in the issue, and maybe it's an issue the person missed because they don't have somebody in their life who's had cancer or is going through it at the time. But I want to tell you a couple of things about cancer and how that plays into my decision. I think the first mistake this person made, and I'm not angry at the person, and I'll get to that in a second. First thing I think they get wrong about cancer is they see it as a weakness. Right, it's an excuse not to do something. It's an excuse to walk away from an important issue in your community. It's an excuse just not to give a shit. And I apologize for my language. What they don't understand, and again, I think they would understand if they have somebody in their life with cancer, is it's not a weakness, it's a superpower. It's not a reason not to do something, it's a reason to do something right. A lot of people have looked at this board and said, you know, why aren't you doing something more important for the district? And here's the thing, we've done this important thing for the district when we were doing all the other stuff for the district. We showed up and did our job here, and then we put in hour after hour after hour into this, not because we weren't doing something else, we were doing it in addition to that. The fact that I did it when I went through now 16 months of chemo, and I had a 14-hour surgery for this, means I care. And there's a reason why I did it. I want to do it right. It's something I had experience in because I was in Afghanistan for 3 years and in Iraq for about a year. And I had to make decisions on a daily basis whether did I believe in it enough to risk my life every day. Was I going to make a trip to Kandahar because there had been a car bomb? Do I believe in what I was doing enough to risk my life to do that? And the answer was every day for 3 years, almost 4 years, was yes. Something I take seriously, and I put more time into it because of the risk and the amount of time we put into it. Now I want to circle back to the person who said that and was so cavalier about my death, and understanding that I've got a daughter, I've got parents, I've got a brother, I've got friends that certainly will be impacted by this. And the only thing I could think of is that that person, and this is directed at them, has a burden or is missing something that's greater than anything I'm going through right now. And I want to talk to that person. Come and talk to me. We'll have lunch. We'll have a beer. But if you can speak that cavalierly about somebody's death, you need me more than I need you. And I care about that, and I care about you, and we should have that discussion. And I just want everybody to think about that when they think about this decision and think we don't take it seriously. It doesn't impact us. It certainly does. And I want you to think about how much time we've put into this, not because we get, it's not entertaining. It's something we care about because we care about our community, everybody in the community. And we're trying as hard as we can to balance everybody's needs and look towards the students, okay? And as far as this idea and that, again, you know, the transition, and I had a great story. I had a friend come up to me and he said his daughters went up to Calumet and they started the game this was a couple weeks ago, started the game and they were Redettes. The only chairs they had were Redettes chairs. We haven't come up with any more chairs, right? They started the game, they played the game. At the end of the game, somewhere in the middle of the game, they found out we had made a decision to change the name. They ended the game with the Sentinels cheer. And that's how it is with kids. They went from one to the other, and they were proud to be Sentinels at the end of that game. And all I could say is, as far as are we going to change our decisions and thinking about the branding a little bit, is what kind of Sentinels would we be at the first sign of opposition? We take our helmet off and we turn away, right? What kind of Sentinels would we be if we, at the first sign of a 6-phase plan, sorry, Margaret, but as first sign of a 6-phase plan, we set our shields down and surrendered the field? And more importantly, what kind of Sentinels would we be if we extinguished the light at the first sign of a squall on the big lake? Certainly not Marquette Sentinels. Go Sentinels.
Well, I'm not going to comment after that. Announcements and other meetings, February 19th, 2024, no school for